Mutated flesh sample. Navigator flesh sample. Then we have data cryptic connector, catalyst flask, regent flask. Okay. More research notes. More servants are being influenced by the materium, and it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winterscale dynasty. I strongly recommend finally grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This called for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The tech priest blessed the data crypt H41 OK for the calculated number of chronoturns, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. 40KO malfunctioned over the course of our research. I should remind the technomads to deliver this sacred mechanism to the Magus Deoctius' capable hands. Okay. So 41 OK seems to be the thing. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Recommend finally grinding the regions to catalyze the reaction. Okay, and what was this other one? Mm-hmm. Have I mentioned a chunk of meteorite found by Keeper Felix subject is completely useless? Is it really? It could, although its shining granules could be used to make new paints for the child. Okay. So don't use acid. Lab journal. What are we looking at here? Child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. Or Salo T Primus Axis, but they are dead. Test subjects exhibit signs of acute stress. The majority perished of blood loss within a day of being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions, tears, and the body's subsequent replacement of these secretions with the connective tissue of its internal environment. They literally cried their eyes out. Okay. The individual with the greatest resistance to the sacred child's resonance died several chronoturns later. Extensive wounds in the abdomen, presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. Okay. Final shouts exhibit connections over abdominal tentacles and void worms. Hallucinations prescribed to their own internal organs. Okay. They died within an hour of entering the laboratory chamber adjacent to child's chambers. Most had their tongues bitten off or their jaws badly dislocated. Some test subjects lacked the physical strength to separate it from the rest of the skull. Cause of death, severe head injuries caused by impact in the walls or the floor. A subgroup, a paralyzed patient who lost the ability to speak due to shock caused by manufacturing accident. Okay. Subject noted a tingling sensation in the deteriorated tissue. Subject smiled during Aranto's visit to the child and started humming, most likely trying to carry some plebeian tune, and then attempted to address the servant who brought him food. A lengthy conversation was prohibitive due to Saren's lack of a tongue. Oh, that makes sense. A defective offspring of Orselio, pronounced unfit for studying the high art of navigation owing to the mutation of tissue required for installation of the obligatory augments that merge one's consciousness with the vessel. Additionally, they display an overall feebleness of mind. Okay. The test subject mirrored the child's actions for 3 days. On the 4th day, the child became upset after hearing the news about the untimely demise of Amos. As a result, once the test subject peeled away several layers of tissue from her face and died from resulting massive heart attack. Ugh. The last surviving test subject was executed for attempting to contact the child. Oh my. Okay, so the tissue flask. They mentioned a mutated sample in this thing. Hold on. Adamantine dust and black water. Those are wrong. By the reading of the notes. Pipe. Nope, not happening. Okay. It's not adamantine, and it's not black water. And it's definitely not the acid. So it must be the biogel. Let's put that in. Catalyst. Biogel. Regent. We don't have a regent. Data crypts. Let's see now. The meteorite left. $40 KO malfunctioned. Don't use $40 KO. 41 has been blessed, so we'll use the 41. I guess we need to do a transducer thing. It's not the adamantine. We don't know if it's the psi crystal or the meteorite chunk. Well, one of them said that the meteorite was useless, so let's believe that, meaning it has to be the psi crystal.
Something of interest.
Yes. Take the crystal dust. Put it in the regent. Activate the doohickey. Did we big brain it? Adaptive antidotes. Grants immunity to toxic damage and it inflicts -10 penalty to toughness until end of combat. Immunity to toxic damage, you say? Can we crush all of these? I guess we can. So let's do that. I can't imagine there being another use for these. What's with The noble flesh. So look at these notes. Ah, yeah, it says the mutated flesh reacts most unusually to the crystals. Recommend grinding it to catalyze the reactors. Yeah, okay. I wonder if the rest of this is just for funsies. Okay, I want to try, but I reckon if we just put some random stuff in here. That one. Let's take the black water, and the adamantine dust they say was a bad idea. Yep. If you get the combinations correct, you get a couple of consumable items you will likely never use. I see. Alright, well, let's remake the control rod. Power has been restored to elevator. Rotator has both parts of the control rod. It's time to start the lift and do something.
I won't tolerate weakness.
How do we get down here, though? I'm not sure if there is a way to do that. But that guy does seem... He was indicated as important by this thing. Okay, well, back we go. Now where is the elevator doohickey? It's not over there. Not over there. They seem to be like like a not the type of area which would lead to the upper chamber, unless it's this door. But it didn't have any indication of being interactable. Yeah, no. Oh, I think I know where it is. Hold on. It's probably this door. That makes sense. Turn on. Oh my. Go on up. Power has been restored. We have both heard the controller. It's time to lift. Ascend to chambers. Okay. Cassia. The pale figure with unnatural long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Okay. Only now do you notice a third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Oh my, this is the right person to be your navigator. Willpower test succeeded. Yes, I knew it was a good idea to stack will. Okay, we couldn't have failed it. You're enveloped in a despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead. Your heart hammers in your chest. And the desire to return and flee from this room, from the station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Adira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, 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 ow! As my own little past weren't bad enough, now this thing's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! Heresy! Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. We're not iconoclasts. Argenta, rid the world of this heresy! No. She's a navigator. And, well, she's not Theobald, but she's one of 2 remaining navigators here. Lady Cassie, I'm here to help. Please calm yourself. Oh, that was easy. Persuasion test succeeded. Impossible to fail because we stacked those stats. Let's heckin' go. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and a howl of a small wounded animal. What's happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who are you? I'm looking for a navigator to join my crew. You look like you'll do. You may address me as your ladyship rogue trader. And under whose tutelage did you learn etiquette? The Space Wolves? I'm Lady Navigator Cassia. You may address me as... What is this? I feel faint. Oh, there's Theobald. The heavy-set old man who's been kneeling nearby erupts into low sob. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child! Lady Cassia! Where are you? Sacred child! Throw and preserve! Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins, as bulging, milky eyes bear striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. Maybe we don't take this guy as a navigator? My eyes fail me. They're unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move and I will bring the wrath of Hoster Sailor down upon your head. Okay, calm down, old man. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's deranged. It's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of the Dinas is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Abelard places a hand on his weapon. I've already dispatched Felix. Do you want to follow him? Maybe we shouldn't make ourselves out to be the bad lady. Like, there's still a chance that Felix was innocent. Although I don't think so, but at the present, I'm trying to determine what is happening here. Unfailable check. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who've come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. So who are you? Scoundrels in Felix's service. Okay, so he doesn't like Felix. Abelard introduces Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Commander Emily von Valencius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coroner's expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, extends her greetings. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in the desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think of it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. I want to know what happened between you and Felek. Felek is my wayward student. He came to Europe 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of the family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest innovators, Theophane Orsello, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come to age, then take up the innovator's throne. What curse has taken hold of everyone? Curse? You don't understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orsello. Okay. So very strong navigator. Gotcha. And they call me dangerous with my witchcraft. Okay, Dira, you can stay. You can stay. You look frightening. You were not supposed to see me, or Felek, or the sacred child. Navigators are highly paid for their loyal service to the Imperium according to his will. No one would dare judge the guides of humanity, chosen of the galactic sovereign himself. Okay. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not trust my errors. Do not thrust my errors in my face. I'm twice your age and twice as wise. Are you though? Because my ship didn't get taken over. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. Okay. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. Okay, good thing we didn't bet on this guy. The bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Oh, this is the guy that the mutated skin sample was taken from. It's dangerous out there. Take this, navigator. Pretty much. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orsello in the Cornus Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. I mean, you're not wrong, Idira. Argento looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing, with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You're talking as though you expect to die here. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I believe I've made my decision. Okay. So, we have two options for navigators here. We have the old man, the old rotting man about to die. And if we take him, we leave Cassie here, who might succumb to something, get killed, and it could potentially come back to on our honor. We can kill the old man here, and I'm assuming that leads to kidnapping Cassia, which is gonna make us enemies, which we don't necessarily want. Taking the crazy lady with us is probably going to get us in the good books of someone. And they are indubitably powerful, which I like. It might cause problems on the ship, but I think we can overcome. The best answer is to start murdering and don't stop until there's only one option left. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. Cassia shall come with me. Good, that is good. The old man nervously licks his lips. But do allow us to say proper farewells.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What? What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
For some values of save.
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corollas expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No! Not you too! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! You're coming with me! Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat, and your heart freezes in panic. Mom spaghetti. Okay, so I'm thinking back on what Idira told us about a child in a golden cube in space or something. That must be referring to Cassia. And I think the unchained loose doggo must have been talking about Felek, and bliss in ignorance or something like that probably meant to not listen to them. I'm totally just making this up to fit my narrative, but no.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urac 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Okay, he has one day left. I feel like it was a good idea we didn't take him.
Oh, Theobald.
Alright, sleep well, Shug. That means we can't loot the station for the secret it holds. Oh no! Whatever shall we do, chat? Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable and may fail at any moment.
But this is my home.
Well, it's not gonna be for long.
Please, child, do not be stubborn. Remember your duty to the house, and let those thoughts bring you strength.